Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the introduction. Professor Omanientwi, the SRC executives, and everybody who is here from Pentecost University. I'm pleased to be here this afternoon. You know, anytime you have somebody who has been in business, professional life, and has been in politics, it's always the politics part that people emphasize. And as long as you are talking politics, anytime I see an audience like this, I'm tempted to say certain things, but I'm resisting temptation. But for someone from Elmina like me, you can't get me off this stage until at least you help me sing one song. It's not the kind of songs you are thinking about. I'm trying to figure out which one. So kodemo yezin danara kunindi neyen franca. So kodemo yezin danara kunindi neyen franca. Yeriko yeneni, yeriko yeneni, yerisa yecharada. Yeriko yeneni, yeriko yeneni. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I came here with a book. As I said, many people, they have known me as a politician. I don't consider myself a politician first. I'm a professional person. And it's my profession that had taken me where I had reached in life. I am from Elmina. I was born in Elmina. My wife is from Elmina. She was born in Elmina. And so I come from a fishing town. And it is only through education. That is the reason why I am standing here in front of you with your invitation. And where I stood before I went into politics is for a child born in Elmina to be able to go to America, and that was not any big deal, but also to work for an international firm like Deloitte and Touche. Many of you may not know what Deloitte and Touche is. If you go to the internet and you search for Deloitte, okay, you will know the kind of company that I am talking about. When I joined Deloitte, it was one of the 8 biggest public accounting and management consulting firms in the world. Now, there are no longer 8 of them. There are only a few of them. There's PricewaterhouseCoopers, there's Deloitte, there's Ernst & Young, and there's really no other ones, really, other than the 3 major ones that are left. And I was a partner of that firm in the US before I came here to Ghana. And then, before I entered politics, I also became the chairman of the firm for the entire Africa region. So what I'm saying to you is that if a child born in Elmina can rise and get to that high level in the profession, then each and every one of you, also through education and dedication, you can also rise to whatever level you so wish and you study for in your life. Now, the topic that I've been given, your theme, I'm going to address it in about 2 minutes, and then I'll get on and talk to you about oil and gas a little bit. You are talking about developing the nation's human resource base of the oil industry, the role of the private universities. Quite simply, the role is to educate people like yourselves. That is, for me, all I will say about it. But to help educate you, I have a book I always recommend. There's about 10 books I always recommend to people. This one is called The Prize. And the subtitle is The Epic Quests for Oil, Money, and Power. It is written by a man I met for the first time 3 weeks ago in Washington, D.C. It's called Daniel Yergin. I read this book a long time ago. And since the Dr. Omanentwi is here, I want to donate this one book to Pentecost, so that anyone who wants to understand about oil and gas and its impact in the world society, and what is it that we're getting involved in, perhaps if it is put in the library, one or two people have the opportunity to read this book and understand some of the things that I'm going to say about oil and gas. It's all about education. So, Professor Omanentwi, if I can give. So, oil and gas is not the first natural resource that has been found in Ghana in commercial quantities. So, don't think that we are treading new grounds. I am certain that we've been here before, that someone some time ago talked about gold or bauxite or diamond or manganese and so on and so forth, as we are talking about oil and gas. But those other resources were exploited under colonial rule and then passed on to our current period as an independent nation. So it's important, as we are talking about oil and gas, let's understand what has happened so that we learn from the experience, and so we don't repeat the kinds of things that we have done as a nation that didn't help us, that have not helped us. These raw materials, gold, bauxite, diamond, and so on and so forth, they have not brought significant, positive, life-changing benefits to the people of our country. They haven't. And why haven't they? It is because they have been largely owned, exploited, exported, and the revenues pocketed by foreign interests, not Ghanaian interests. So go to Akwetia, you'll find out what has happened in Akwetia with diamond. All the millions of dollars of diamonds that were taken from Akwetia, where did they go? In whose pockets did they end up? And what happened to the people in Akwetia? You go there, you'll find out. What about Prestea? Prestea, not so long ago, the young people in Prestea, they were fighting with military people because they have nothing else to do. Okay, they want to use the soil, the land, for farming and other things. But with all of the millions of dollars of gold taken from Prestea, go and take a look at Prestea. And then what about Awasu? Awasu, those of you who know Awasu, is one of the most beautiful, if you will, climates in Ghana. However, it's a poor town, Awasu. But lots and lots and lots of natural resources have been taken from Awasu, gone outside the country. And go and find out which foreign country now oversees what is being taken out of the country from Awasu. Go to Nsuta, go to Takwa, then go to Obuasi.